Alright, so another disorder I have. I know there's probably going to be about 10 different of these videos, and I am probably going to make most of them today. Um, Another disorder that I have is anxiety. I have generalized anxiety disorder, which is GAD for short. Some people have SAD, which coincidentally spells sad. It stands for socialized anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder. And there's a lot more different types of anxieties, but the main anxiety disorder would just be generalized anxiety, which is what I have. I have a couple more anxiety disorders like OCD and PTSD. All that's are anxiety disorders. But my anxiety is like, I don't know. I go through bouts where it's really bad, and then I go through times where I'm fine. I take fluoxetine, which is the generic form of Prozac. It's literally the exact same thing for my anxiety. I used to take Zoloft, but that made it kind of worse. So I'm on Prozac now. But anxiety, it's just like it's what it says. It's an anxious feeling for no reason. Like people are like, "Oh, well, you have anxiety. Why do you have anxiety? Like what do you have to be anxious about?" It's not that there's anything to be anxious about. That's the thing. Like, I can remember, this is where it really was bad. It was last year in October. It was my grandmother's birthday, and we went out for dinner. It was me, my grandma, my papa, and my mom, and my stepdad out for dinner. And I just, like, my grandmother means everything in the world to me. She's one of the most influential people in my life. I love her to death, and I would do anything for that woman. But it was her birthday dinner, and I couldn't deal with it. It was just like, it's like you get this feeling about you, like you constantly feel like your heart's racing, you constantly feel clammy and gross. It's awful. Like you feel like you're in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. It's awful. You don't feel right. Like you feel off. Like some people have their off days. Well, with anxiety, every day can be an off day, and it's awful. You just feel like nothing's going right. And it's awful. I mean, it's more of a, like, it's definitely a psychological disorder and not a neurological disorder, but it's, it's awful because you really can't do anything about it. Like, you can take medication, but even if the medication helps, you're always going to have it unless you go through therapy, which can help. It doesn't always, but it's awful. It makes you feel like crap because you can't find a way to get over it. And you're like, this is my fault. Like, nothing's actually wrong with me. It's just happening. And you're like, why can't I fix this? It's awful. If you have anxiety, you know what I mean. But it's, it sucks to live with because you have days, and it kind of ties in with depression, which I also have. Like, you have days, and you'll be hanging out with your friends at the mall, having a great time, and, like, people are like, oh, well, you're happy now, so you're not depressed, or your anxiety's not there anymore, and that's just not true. Like, you'll be having fun, and you can have a fun day, but it's like, it's always in the back of your head. It's always there, like, telling you, well, this sucks, and, and then, like, when you get home, it's just yeah, you have fun. It was a great day, but you get ready to go to bed and all these thoughts go through your head and you're like, oh my god, my life sucks. I feel disgusting. Like, what's wrong with me? It's awful. It's probably, like, out of all the disorders I have, it's one of my least favorite. I can't stand it whatsoever. But, yeah. So, there's my anxiety video. Okay, yep. Next one will be probably sensory processing disorder. Stay tuned.